Tyler's hands were shaking as he sat on the milk crate behind the diner, head in his hands. Olivia sat down beside him in silence. After a long moment, he finally spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. No one marries a single dad with 3 kids and a failing diner. That's not how stories like this end. Olivia turned to him, and something fierce flashed in her eyes. They haven't met you. He looked up at her, confused. They haven't met Daisy with her old soul wisdom, Olivia continued, or Molly with her contagious laugh, or Owen with his dinosaur facts. They haven't tasted your coffee or seen the way this town comes to you when they need something warm. They haven't met you, Tyler, and if they had, they would know exactly how wrong you are. Tyler stared at this woman who had walked into his diner 2 months ago, and for the first time in 2 years he let himself believe that maybe his story wasn't over. What he didn't know was that she was a CEO worth $50 million, hiding from a world that only saw her bank account. And what she didn't know was that her past was about to catch up with her in the last place she expected and threaten to destroy the only real love either of them had ever known. Tyler Logan's alarm went off at 4:30 every morning in the small town of Ridgemont, Montana. By 5 o'clock, he was at his diner, a humble establishment called Logan's Place, prepping for the breakfast rush. By 6 o'clock, his 3 kids were awake, and the chaos of single parenthood began all over again. The diner sat on Main Street between a hardware store and a laundromat. It had vinyl booths with duct tape covering the tiers, checkered floor tiles that had seen better decades, and a countertop with spinning stools where the regulars sat every morning. The coffee was good. The food was decent. The prices were fair. It was enough to keep the lights on, barely. Tyler was 32 years old. He had tired eyes, a permanent coffee stain on his apron, and hands that were always busy. His wife Lily had left him with 3 kids 2 years ago when their financial struggles became too much for her to handle. She sent divorce papers from somewhere in California and never looked back. No calls, no visits, no explanation beyond a lawyer's letter that made it clear she wanted nothing to do with the life they had built. So Tyler raised their 3 kids alone. Daisy was 10, responsible beyond her years, with blonde hair she always pulled into a practical ponytail. Molly was 7, full of questions and gap-toothed grins. Owen was 3, clingy and obsessed with dinosaurs. They were everything to him. Most mornings followed the same pattern. Tyler would get the kids ready for school, drop them off, then rush back to open the diner. Daisy helped more than any 10-year-old should have to. She made sure Molly brushed her teeth. She packed Owen's lunch when Tyler forgot. She was the little adult in a house that desperately needed one. Tyler told himself he was fine. He told himself he had made peace with his life. Work was manageable. The kids were healthy. That was enough. Love, romance, partnership, those were luxuries for people who had time and money. He had neither. If you are enjoying this story, subscribe, like, drop a comment, and stay with me. What happens next will change everything Tyler thought he knew about second chances. Then one Tuesday morning, when the rain was coming down hard enough to keep most people indoors, a woman walked into Logan's Place. She was soaked through, her dark hair plastered to her face, an oversized scarf wrapped around her neck. She stood in the doorway for a moment, water dripping onto the checkered tiles. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm dripping everywhere." "That's what the mop's for," Tyler replied. "Coffee. Please, black." She sat in the corner booth by the window, pulled out a worn leather notebook, and started sketching. Tyler brought her the coffee, and she thanked him with a smile that made him pause for half a second longer than necessary. Her name, she said when he asked, was Clara. She was new in town, freelancing as a graphic designer, looking for quiet and inspiration. She had simple clothes, an old pickup truck she had bought locally, and no social media presence that anyone could find. In a small town where everyone knew everyone's business, she was a mystery. She came back the next morning, and the next, always at 6 o'clock, always black coffee, always the same corner booth. Tyler started to look forward to her presence in a way that surprised him. By the end of the first week, she knew the names of his regular customers. By the end of the second week, she had met his kids. It happened by accident. Tyler's babysitter canceled last minute, so he brought them to the diner after school. Owen ran straight to his dad and knocked into Clara's table, sending a full cup of apple juice cascading onto her laptop. Tyler's heart sank. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll pay for whatever. Clara was already laughing. It's fine, really. I back everything up to the cloud. Owen started crying, scared he had done something terrible. Clara crouched down to his level, pulled out her phone, and showed him a video of a cat falling off a couch. Within 30 seconds, Owen was giggling. Daisy stood back, watching with suspicious eyes. Why are you being so nice? Clara looked up at her. Because your dad works really hard and could use a hand. Is that okay with you? Daisy considered this. Okay, but I'm watching you. Clara grinned. I would expect nothing less. That afternoon, Clara stayed in the corner booth and kept an eye on the kids while Tyler handled the dinner rush. Molly showed her a rock collection. Owen insisted she read him a story. Daisy did her homework and asked Clara for help with a math problem that Tyler had struggled with the night before. Clara explained it in a way that made sense. When the rush finally ended and the diner emptied out, Tyler found Clara helping him wipe down tables. You didn't have to do that, he said. I wanted to, Clara replied. You have built something good here. Tyler let out a bitter laugh. Built something barely holding together. You mean, that's still something. Most people never try. Tyler walked her out to her truck that night. It was an old Ford, rusted around the edges, which surprised him. He had assumed someone who dressed as neatly as she did would drive something newer. I like your kids, Clara said. Especially Daisy. She has your eyes. She has her mother's everything else, Tyler said, which is good, because her mother was the beautiful one. Is that why she left? Clara asked. You stopped thinking she was beautiful. Tyler felt the words hit him square in the chest. She left because I could not give her the life she wanted. Clara looked at him for a long moment. Then she did not want the right life. She drove away, leaving Tyler standing in the parking lot with those words ringing in his ears. Over the next few weeks, Clara became part of the rhythm of Logan's place. She came every weekday morning. She learned the regulars' orders. She suggested a small tweak to the menu that brought in a few more customers. She designed a new logo for the diner and refused to let Tyler pay her for it. The town started to notice. Old Joe, who sat at the counter every morning with his coffee and 2 sugars, leaned over one day and said, You better lock that one down, Tyler. She's a keeper. She's not mine to lock down, Joe, Tyler replied. Then you are dumber than you look, Joe said, and went back to his newspaper. Tyler's sister Lisa called from Billings one night. She had heard through the family grapevine that Tyler was seeing someone. I'm not seeing anyone, Tyler said. That's not what I heard, Lisa replied. Apparently half the town thinks you have a girlfriend. Tyler sighed. Her name is Clara. She comes to the diner. We're friends. Do you want to be more than friends? Tyler was quiet for a long moment. Yeah, I do. So what's stopping you? Lisa, I'm a broke single dad with 3 kids. I can barely keep the diner afloat. Women like her don't go for guys like me. Did she say that? No. Then stop deciding for her, Lisa said. You've been alone for 2 years, Tyler. Maybe it's time to let someone in. That night, Tyler lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling. He thought about Clara's smile. He thought about the way she had made Owen laugh after the juice spill. He thought about Daisy's question from a few nights earlier. Dad, when's the last time you went on a date? He had brushed it off then, but now Alone in the dark, he let himself imagine what it might be like to try again. 3 weeks after Clara first walked into his diner, Tyler's dishwasher broke. Water flooded the kitchen, spreading across the floor and soaking through to the dining area. He spent an hour mopping and another hour on the phone with a repair guy who quoted him $800 he did not have. He sat in the back alley behind the diner, head in his hands, trying to do the math. If he skipped the electric bill for another week, he could cover the dishwasher, but then he would get a shut-off notice. If he asked his sister for a loan, she would give it to him, but he had already borrowed twice this year. Clara found him there, sitting on a milk crate, looking defeated. She did not say anything at first. She just sat down on the crate next to him and waited. "I'm drowning," Tyler finally said. "Every time I get a little ahead, something breaks." "What would help?" Clara asked. "Winning the lottery. A time machine. A different life." "What if you didn't need a different life?" Clara said quietly. "What if this one just needed support?" Tyler looked at her. "Why are you here, Clara? Really? This town, this diner, me. None of it makes sense." Clara met his eyes. "Maybe I was tired of things that made sense. Maybe I wanted something real." Real. That's a funny word from someone I barely know. What do you want to know? Why you're single. Women like you don't just end up alone. Clara took a breath. I was engaged. He wanted me for the wrong reasons. I wanted someone who would see me, not what I could do for them. So you ran to Montana. I ran toward something, Clara said. I just didn't know what until I got here. And what did you find? A man who makes the best coffee I have ever had and doesn't realize how extraordinary he is. Then Tyler said it. The thing he had been thinking since the day Lily left. No one marries a single dad with 3 kids and a failing diner. That's not how stories like this end. Olivia turned to him, and something fierce flashed in her eyes. They haven't met you. He looked up at her, confused. They haven't met Daisy with her old soul wisdom, Olivia continued, or Molly with her contagious laugh, or Owen with his dinosaur facts. They haven't tasted your coffee or seen the way this town comes to you when they need something warm. They haven't met you, Tyler, and if they had, they would know exactly how wrong you are. Tyler stared at her. His throat felt tight. His heart was doing something it had not done in years. Owen's voice came from inside the diner. Daddy, Molly put ketchup in the salt shaker. They both laughed, the moment breaking but not disappearing. I should go, Tyler said. Yeah, Olivia replied. I'll see you tomorrow. 6 o'clock. That night, after the kids were asleep, Tyler sat at his kitchen table and let himself cry. Not from sadness, from hope. And hope, after 2 years of numbness, felt almost painful. What they didn't know was that in a few months, everything they had built would be put to the test. Over the next 8 months, Tyler and Clara fell in love. It started with a real first date at an Italian restaurant in the next town over. Clara insisted on splitting the bill. Tyler's pride took a hit, but he appreciated that she did not treat him like a charity case. Then came Sunday dinner at Tyler's house. The place was small, cluttered with toys and school projects, but it was full of life. Daisy grilled Clara like a detective. What are your intentions with our dad? Daisy asked, arms crossed. To make him smile more, Clara said. Is that okay with you? Daisy thought about it. We'll see. Molly dragged Clara to her room to show her a rock collection. Owen insisted Clara read his favorite dinosaur book at bedtime. Tyler watched from the doorway, and something in his heart that had been frozen for 2 years finally thawed. Clara started helping at the diner on busy mornings. She refused payment, called it volunteering, said friends help friends. She was good with customers. She remembered their orders, made them laugh, gave suggestions that actually improved business. Late one night after closing, they were washing dishes together. Clara flicked soap suds at Tyler. He retaliated. The water fight turned into a moment where they both went still, faces inches apart. Tyler kissed her. It was gentle and certain at the same time. "I have been wanting to do that for weeks," Clara whispered. "Just weeks," Tyler said. "I have been thinking about it since you first smiled at me." By the 6-month mark, they were inseparable. The kids adored her. The town saw them as a unit. Tyler started saving money in a coffee can he kept hidden in the back of a cabinet. He was going to propose at Christmas. Then something nobody saw coming happened. Ridgemont Lumber Mill, the town's largest employer, announced it was being acquired by Webb Industries. The mill employed over 400 people in a town of 3,400. If it closed, Ridgemont would die. An emergency town hall meeting was called. Tyler attended with Clara. The mill workers filled the room, scared and angry. Webb Industries representatives stood at the front, promising minimal disruption. Everyone knew that was code for layoffs. Then the door at the back opened, and a man in an expensive suit walked in. Clara went pale. "What's wrong?" Tyler whispered. She could not answer. The man took over the presentation. He was smooth, polished, commanding. His name was Marcus Webb. Halfway through his speech, Marcus scanned the crowd. His eyes landed on Clara. He stopped mid-sentence. A slow smile spread across his face. "Well, well," Marcus said. "I have to say I am surprised to see you in the audience, Olivia." The room went silent. Tyler looked at Clara. "Olivia?" "Marcus," Olivia said quietly. "Don't—" Marcus ignored her. He addressed the crowd. "I apologize for the interruption, but I am genuinely shocked. Olivia Kenwood, what brings you to Where Are We, Ridgemont?" Murmurs rippled through the room. Who is Olivia Kenwood? Marcus was enjoying himself now. "You all know her as, what did you say, Clara?" "How quaint." He turned to Tyler. "And who is this? Your boyfriend? I have to admire your ambition, my friend. Going after a tech CEO worth millions of dollars. That takes guts." Tyler stood up slowly. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, she didn't tell you," Marcus said. "Olivia here is CEO of Apex Innovations. Or was, before she apparently had some kind of breakdown and decided to play frontier woman. Tell me, Olivia, does your boyfriend know you made more last year than this entire town combined?" Tyler looked at Olivia. His face was unreadable. Marcus kept going. "Lost everything in some bad investment, and now you are with a single father barely keeping the lights on. How the mighty have fallen." Tyler walked out. "Tyler!" "Wait," Olivia called. But he was already gone. Olivia stood, turned to Marcus. "You have not changed, still measuring people by their bank accounts." "And you have clearly lost your mind," Marcus replied. "But hey, at least you'll fit in here." Olivia walked out after Tyler. She found him standing by his truck in the parking lot. Rain was starting to fall. "Tyler, please let me explain." "Explain what?" Tyler said. "That you have been lying to me for 8 months." "I didn't lie about my feelings. You lied about everything else. Your name, your job, your life. My name is Olivia. Clara is my middle name. And everything I told you about who I am was true. You are a CEO, a multimillionaire, and you let me worry about fixing a dishwasher while you are worth millions of dollars." Tyler's voice was shaking. "Was this fun for you? Playing poor, watching me struggle?" "You know, that's not what this was." "I don't know anything. I thought you were someone who understood what it's like to work for every dollar. But you were just what? Slumming it. Poverty, tourism, that is not fair." "Fair," Tyler said. "You want to talk about fair? I told you everything. About Lily, about my failures, about my fears." And you sat there with your $50 million in your fake life and let me feel like garbage about myself. I came here because everyone in my real life wanted me for what I had, Olivia said. Do you know what it's like to wonder if anyone would love you if you had nothing? Actually, yes, Tyler said. I do, every single day. Tyler, I love you. Don't. Don't you dare say that. You don't lie to people you love. I need you to leave, Tyler said. Go back to your real life. This experiment or whatever it was, it's over. Tyler, please. My kids are at home waiting for me. Kids who think you are someone they can trust. How do I explain this to them? I am the same person. No, Tyler said. You are not. Because the person I fell in love with didn't exist. He got in his truck and drove away. Olivia stood in the rain, everything she had feared coming true. If this story is moving you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps me bring more stories like this to life. At home, the kids knew immediately that something was wrong. Where's Miss Clara? Daisy asked. She's not coming around anymore, Tyler said. Why not? Molly asked. It's complicated. Owen started crying. I want Miss Clara. Tyler's heart was breaking. Later, after the younger kids were asleep, Daisy came to the kitchen where Tyler sat in the dark. What happened? She asked. She lied to us about who she is. Her name is not even Clara, it's Olivia. Did she lie about loving us? Tyler did not have an answer for that. That's exactly the point, Daisy said. Did she lie about caring about you, about us? She lied about everything else. Did you ask her why? Tyler looked at his 10-year-old daughter and had no response. The next afternoon, Daisy biked to Olivia's cottage without telling Tyler. Olivia opened the door, eyes red from crying. Daisy, does your dad know you are here? No, but I needed to talk to you. Did you mean it? Daisy asked, when you said you loved us? Every word, Olivia said, tears starting again. Then fight for us. Dad is scared. He thinks you will leave like Mom did. Prove you won't. 2 days later, Olivia called an emergency town meeting. Tyler heard about it and reluctantly attended. Olivia stood before the entire town. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. My name is Olivia Kenwood. I am the CEO of Apex Innovations, worth approximately $50 million. I came to Ridgemont 8 months ago under a false name because I was tired of people seeing my net worth instead of me. I met Tyler Logan, and for the first time in my adult life, someone valued me for who I was. I fell in love with him, with his children, with this town, and I was a coward. I should have told the truth, and I didn't. That is on me. But here is what was not a lie. Every moment I spent here was the realest of my life. Every laugh, every conversation, every morning at Logan's place. That was me, the real me. Marcus Webb wants to destroy this town, to hurt me. He is using you as collateral in a personal vendetta. I am here to offer an alternative. I am buying Ridgemont Lumber Mill. The room erupted. Olivia raised her hand. I am restructuring it as a worker cooperative. You will own it. I am just the investor. Fair wages, profit sharing, local control. I am doing this whether Tyler Logan ever speaks to me again or not. This isn't about winning him back. This is about doing what is right. I am also resigning from Apex Innovations. I am selling my shares and staying in Ridgemont permanently. This is my home now. You are my community. That doesn't change based on one man's feelings about me. Tyler had been silent the whole time. Now he stood. Can I ask a question? Of course, Olivia said. Why didn't you just tell me from the start? Because every man I ever dated wanted my money or my connections. You wanted conversations and brought genuine human connection. You saw me, and I was so scared that the money would change that. It did change it, Tyler said, because you didn't trust me with the truth. You are right, Olivia said. And I am sorry. I was wrong. I should have trusted you. Tyler looked at her for a long moment. I need time. I understand. Tyler left. Olivia continued the meeting, presenting her full plan for the mill. That night, there was a family meeting at Tyler's house. We are voting, Daisy announced. Voting on what? Tyler asked. Whether we forgive Miss Olivia. That's not how this works. Yes, it is. We are a family. We vote. I vote yes, Molly said. She helped me with my science project. Miss Olivia reads the dinosaur book with all the voices, Owen said. I vote yes. I vote yes, Daisy said. She made you happy, Dad. Happier than I have seen you since Mom left. This isn't fair, Tyler said. You are voting no because you are scared, Daisy replied. But being scared isn't a good reason to lose someone who loves you. Tyler sat alone after the kids went to bed. He thought about everything, about Lily leaving, about feeling like he was never enough, about Olivia sitting beside him on that milk crate, telling him he was extraordinary. The next day, he went to her cottage. Olivia opened the door, surprised. Can we talk? Tyler asked. They sat on her porch. I was angry because you were right, Tyler said. I wouldn't have treated you the same if I had known. What do you mean? I would have assumed you were slumming it, or I would have been too intimidated to even try. I would have let my insecurity win. I took away your choice to decide that for yourself. Yeah, you did. Tyler took a breath. Lily left because I wasn't enough. I couldn't give her the life she wanted, and some part of me has always believed she was right, that I am just not enough. When I found out about your money, it confirmed everything I feared, that someone like you could not really want someone like me. But here is what I realized. You chose this life, this town, the diner, the kids, me, knowing you could have anything. That means something. Olivia was crying now. I was a coward, she said. I hid behind Clara because I was terrified. You saw me. The woman who laughed too loud at Molly's jokes and burned pancakes and cried during that documentary about wolves. That is who I am. The money is what I have. There is a difference. I know that now, Tyler said. What happens now? Olivia asked. I think we start over. For real this time. Complete honesty. No more secrets. No more secrets. Tyler smiled. Hi, I am Tyler Logan. I am a single dad with 3 kids and a struggling diner. I am broke, exhausted, and terrified of getting hurt again. Olivia smiled through her tears. Hi, I am Olivia Kenwood. I am a CEO who ran away from her life because she was lonely. I am wealthy, scared, and completely in love with a man who makes the best coffee in Montana. Want to get coffee sometime? Tyler asked. I would love to. He kissed her. This time it was built on truth. 6 months later, Ridgemont Lumber Mill was thriving as a worker cooperative. Marcus Webb's acquisition had failed. The town was saved. On Christmas Eve, Tyler closed the diner early. The kids were in on the plan. Daisy held the camera. Molly held the ring. Owen delivered the speech they had practiced. Miss Olivia, will you marry my daddy? Olivia knelt down to Owen's level, crying and laughing at the same time. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Tyler slipped the ring on her finger. It was simple, bought with money he had saved himself. I don't have much to offer, he said. You have everything I want, Olivia replied. They were married in the spring at Logan's Place, the diner where they first met. Half the town attended. Daisy walked Olivia down the aisle. Molly read a poem she had written. Owen carried the rings and only dropped them once. In his vows, Tyler said, "You walked into my diner and into my life. You loved my kids like they were yours. You saw me when I could not see myself." In her vows, Olivia said, "You gave me the one thing I had been searching for, a home. You and these three incredible kids are my family, my real life, my everything." When they kissed, the whole town cheered. That night, after the reception, Tyler and Olivia slow danced in the empty diner while the kids slept in a booth nearby. "Thank you," Olivia said. "For what?" "For seeing me. For letting me see you. For this life." "I once said no one marries a single dad with three kids," Tyler said. "You were wrong," Olivia replied. "Sometimes, the life you are running toward looks nothing like you expected. Sometimes the person you are meant to love finds you in the last place you would think to look." Tyler Logan and Olivia Kenwood built a life on truth, raised a family on love, and proved that the best stories are the ones where both people save each other. He whispered, "No one marries a single dad with three kids." She said, "They haven't met you." Turns out, she was right.